Hello. So here I am again with my next video on my subscriber request list. So this request was from a subscriber commenter who is a Life Path 4, but with a talent number or expression number 11-2. Now, first of all, that I do at the start of every video, it's your Life Path 4 that is the most important number in your chart. It's what you find difficult, it is what you're working towards, and it is your life purpose to work towards your Life Path 4. But when you have a talent number or expression number 11 or master 11-2, you have a very spiritual ability. You have the ability to channel your perceptive, your intuitive. Ideas and messages hit you hard, but you're also pounded with energy from the universe because you have the talents of an old soul and a healer. And these two numbers can feel very opposite to one another because the expression 11, your talent, the way you express yourself in the world, is very ideas generated. Many ideas hit you all the time, and many of these ideas, in fact, hardly any of them for many 11s, especially early in their life, come to fruition at all because they're so overwhelmed with the amount of messages and ideas that come through that none of them are actually focused enough. Focused on enough. The 11 is very dreamy, very up in the clouds, very uncommitted, very not schedule based. It doesn't start or finish things. It's just very in your mind. But the Life Path 4 is about completely changing that around. It's like coming from the clouds and then focusing. So before I go into the elements of the Life Path 4 and the expression 11, which I'm going to do, this life path is very much from taking your ideas from the clouds, channeling them from the clouds and using your expression 11 talent to do that. But then for the Life Path 4, it is very important that you work towards finding which ideas and messages are feasible for this earth that can be channeled and then actually made on this earth tangible by committing to people and places and ideas, setting goals and making sure the ideas that come to you daily as a talented expression 11 are focused and built on earth so that you can gain the inner stability and outer stability and security that you are here to achieve in your Life Path 4 for this lifetime. Right, so to give you a little bit more information on that, your Life Path 4. Now, these are your elements of development. This is what you're going to find difficult, especially as an 11 talent. You're here to learn, to commit to people and places. The 11 can struggle with that. You're here to dig stable foundations. That means focusing on one thing and making sure that you build something from that to build inner and outer security and stability. You need to start with that stable base that you've committed to. Work hard, set smart goals. Now, they've got to be smart goals. They can't be airy-fairy goals because you have to achieve them goals then with meticulous process, one step at a time, without missing steps. This and only this will bring you your purpose and the stability that you need for this lifetime. Now, this is not going to be easy because you're going to have other problems as well. You tend to let external limitations or emotional blocks to stop you. Something goes wrong and you're like, oh, that's it. I'm going to have to stop now. I can't continue. The Life Path 4 needs to focus, get past obstacles, achieve their goals, even when it gets boring and routine and hard. That's what you're here to do. You're here to commit. You're here to focus. Your talent in the 11 means you have the talents of an old soul, highly intuitive, quite airy-fairy, but very empathetic, perceptive, psychic, able to assess the needs of others before they even know their needs. You have double the ability to be uniquely creative, to channel unique messages and ideas direct from source consciousness. But you don't necessarily always focus those ideas, but those ideas are there and they're being channeled towards you as an old soul or with the talents of an old soul. So you can channel and bring new transformative messages and ideals and ideas that heal and teach other people and change the world. The Master 11 talent energy is not about healing just your family or yourself or your community. It's about bringing messages and ideals that fundamentally, or ideas, sorry, and ideals, the 11 is very idealistic, that bring world change, that they heal the world or raise the world's vibration in some way. And you can use your talents, your spiritual healing talents in the 11 to help you then build foundations around that on your life path 4. So your path is very much going from the clouds and to the ground, stabilizing and grounding your ideas on planet Earth so that you can achieve the healing abilities that you have in this lifetime. So let's break it down a little bit. So fundamentally, the life path 4 is here to learn to commit to people, places, so that you can put down roots, dig foundations to start building your own security and not just in the world, but inside as well. And this means because you are a life path 4, you're going to struggle with that because that's what you came here to achieve. So you can be uncommitted, unable to build stability and security because you can be uncommitted to one person, place or thing. And, your expression 11, is not going to help with that really because your talent energy is very dynamic and scattered and innovative. Many of your ideas never leave your imaginations and others, often lack realism anyway. And low confidence, your talent in the 11 can struggle to bring those ideas because, you often tell yourself you're not good enough or your ideas are too weird or wacky or they'll never do anything, and you have difficulty committing to any idea long enough to manifest it. So that adds to your life path 4 tendency to be uncommitted. So you can be like overscattered, unable to focus on anything enough in order to bring it to earth. Now, this is going to be a difficulty for you, but it's your life path. This could take your whole life to achieve this, but that's what you're here to do. So as long as you're working towards it every day or taking steps towards it, even if you make mistakes, we all make mistakes. As long as you're working towards it, even though it's hard, you cannot ask any more of yourself from that. It's all about evolution, right? Making mistakes, learning from them and carrying on. So to support your life path 4, try your hardest, try any strategy you can to focus down and commit to your best innovative ideas and messages so that they're realistic and the people and places involved, commit to those too so that you can build stability around your ideas, have discipline and commit to these ideas. Don't be looking at the next new thing. It's time to focus down, hunker down and commit because this is what's going to help you build your stable base and build your security for yourself and your family. And that is your purpose for this lifetime. You're also here to learn to set and achieve specific goals that take you on your journey towards your inner and outer stability. Foundations, structures, families, business empires, they're all built one goal at a time. And that's what you as a life path 4 are here to learn to achieve. Now, again, this is not going to be an easy thing for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it your purpose. If you already knew how to do this, there'd be no point in this being your life path. So your life path 4 needs you to set and achieve specific goals for your advancements towards stability and security. And when I say specific goals, I mean SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and some people say relevant, and time related, so that you can't say, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next week. You set yourself a target of a time to help you achieve that goal. Your expression 11 energy does make you an achiever. The 11 does like to get things done. You're always learning and developing yourself so that you can use the wisdom that you gain from your own self-development to teach and help other people. That's what the 11, your talent in the 11 is all about. However, you can often fail to finish what you start, as I said earlier, because you may be too near clouds and lack that specific methodical goal setting. Now, you have the potential to do this, otherwise this would not be your path. You're never given a life path you can't achieve. You know, there's always potential. So you need to work more on being more specific with your goals, more methodical. Write them down, type them out, put them on a dream board, anything that helps you to look at that goal and be very specific about what that goal is and when that goal should be achieved. You're creative, you're scattered and dynamic. Now this is going to make it difficult, but work towards it day by day. You're going to have good days and bad on that. But as long as you're working towards it, you cannot ask any more of yourself than that, can you? So to support your life path 4, fundamentally, you need to ensure that you set yourself SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time specific. Then, and realistic, of course. Relevant and realistic can be the R. Then take your goals and targets to completion and be meticulous about that. Think about building a foundation. You've got to make sure every little bit of it is strong, otherwise your house is going to fall down. That means taking every single step meticulously and making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. You're also here to learn to plan, create process, procedure, and rules to ensure that your goals are achieved. You need to be more focused, more meticulous, more process driven rather than the airy fairy, see how it goes and see how you feel, see how the energy is. 11. You can be directionless, as the 11 can be very scattered with the amount of energy that hits it. And in your life path 4, you also have the tendency to be airy fairy and directionless and, you know, sometimes lazy and block your own progression. And of course, as I've said, the talent 11 energy is incredibly spiritual and intuitive and loves to channel information, but can also make you very in the clouds and unable to create direction. So, you know, add in that life path tendency to be directionless with your talent in the expression 11 to be a little bit airy fairy. This is something that you will battle with during your lifetime, but this is your path. You know, this is your purpose. This video is just to let you know what your next steps are to help you evolve in this lifetime, because you're a dynamic idea channeler, and that's amazing. You can plan and you can do as well. You have a lot of abilities in the 11. You've got the talents of an old soul, remember. But processes and procedures are going to be a little bit more of a chore for a creative dreamer. You know, they're more up in the clouds. They love to create and channel, and processes and procedures and detail can be a bit of a chore for a talented 11. You can do and you can achieve goals, but you're going to struggle to find solid, clear direction. Your goals are going to be chaotically achieved when you're a talented expression 11. You might not be too overly smart with your goals, which means they might not always be specific enough. They might not always have a time frame related, causing procrastination, just because you haven't got any secure boundaries around your goals. So to support your life path 4, develop a better understanding and appreciation of a clear step-by-step process and procedure creation to ensure that your goals are fully achieved to plan. Now, this is not what the talented 11 is used to doing, but it is something that you have the potential to work towards. And remember, you've got your whole life to do this, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's a journey, remember. You're also here to develop deep, meticulous focus. As I keep on, the 11, your talent in the 11 makes you dreamy and creative, and that's amazing. We need the dreamers, we need the creators, we need the channelers, but that can make it difficult for you to then focus that down. And so that you can achieve stability like a home, a business, an income, because the life path 4 is very much about building a home, building a business empire that you can feed your security into, something that's going to keep you feeling secure and support your family and your home and give you that stability that you need to help you feel that little bit more free. So your talent in the Master 11 is going to struggle with that because you're connected to Source. You have loads of intense Master energy that hits you. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't suffer from anxiety or nervous tension if you haven't learned to focus your energy. You know, if you're an expression 11, you need to be able to channel the energy so that it doesn't overwhelm you. Now, most expression 11s have a natural talent for this, but some can struggle with anxiety and a bit of nervous tension. So this intense energy can make you scattered and unable to focus, which again is going to be a difficulty for you. But remember, you're here to build a business, and you can use your talents in the expression 11, your ability to heal, and build a business around your talents to heal and teach and spread an amazing, innovative message. So if you can use your talent as the basis for your business, but develop towards building security or a business empire around that talent, then you're walking your path in a great way. But it's not going to be easy because these two numbers are very, very different. You know, mismanagement of energy can cause weakness in your ability to focus, which adds to the life path 4, struggle with focus. And like I said, nervous anxiety if you're not managing that energy. So support your life path 4 by learning to manage that energy. If you haven't already, that reaches you. Learning to focus and channel all that energy and all those ideas that hit you daily. Spiritual practice, meditation, time in nature, it'll all help you to harness and use your energy productively. And when you're using your energy productively and focusing that energy, you're achieving your life path because you're focusing your energy on helping you achieve stability and focus, which is what you're here to achieve with your life path 4. So these two things can be merged and worked towards. You're also here to learn to be a bit more into the detail. The 11 is very big picture and in the clouds, and yet you need to be able to drive down quite a lot. Be detail orientated, analytical, more organized. The 11 is not the type to be naturally organized, more accurate in your plans and processes. Be a bit more watertight and definite with your ideas and your plans, because you can be in the life path 4 disorganized and missteps in the plan and be a bit airy-fairy. And of course, in the expression 11, this can exacerbate this to a major extent because your talent energy is often in the clouds. You're highly creative, big picture, channeling new ideas and messages, relentlessly bombarded with ideas and messages. So you find it harder to engage in the detail of your big picture because so many big pictures are hitting you all the time. So to support your life path 4, you need to develop your ability to analyze deeper into the detail to help you to organize yourself and achieve every step of your plan, because disorganization is not going to help you to be able to achieve every step in your plan, which is what you're here to develop towards. You're here to develop a work ethic. Now, the life path 4 can be quite lazy and, stuck in one place, not progressing, hiding themselves away and never really getting anything done. This is the tendency or the struggle that you may have in the life path 4. So you're here to develop more of a work ethic, to work harder, develop enjoyment of routine work and tasks and getting things done. So you need to have, for this lifetime, a stronger work ethic. Engage in all routine tasks to help maintain your stability and your security. Even the most creative of environments needs hard work and routine tasks achieving daily. It's not something we can avoid. It's something we need to work towards being able to do, especially if you're a life path 4. Because the 11, your talent in the 11 is a hard worker, very task and person-centered. You have an ability for both. You may struggle to balance these elements of task and people due to low confidence, self-absorption, or just inability to focus on which one you're doing at any one time. Routine tasks for an 11, a creative, dynamic 11, can be a bit of a drudge for you because of your highly creative, big picture nature. Like I said, but even the most creative of environments includes hard work and routine tasks. So it's something that most people should be able to work towards, but again, especially if you're a life path 4. So to support your life path 4 and bring about the development for your life path 4, you need to work towards working hard on all tasks, even the more routine and repetitive tasks. Hard work will be needed to achieve security and stability in your life, but it's what you're here to achieve. It is your purpose. So you're here to also to be patient, to persevere. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. So patient perseverance and making sure everything is meticulous so that every step in your process towards your goals and your stable foundation are taken to make sure it's strong, to make sure it's fortified. But you are prone in the life path 4 to being impatient, missing steps. Oh, we don't need to do that bit. Let's try and doing it and jump into the next bit, you know. So your life path 4 is a little bit prone to impatience. And you're here to develop a more patient perseverance so that every step in the process towards your goals are taken, as I keep on about all the way through this video. But as I just said, your 11 talent energy is very intense, lots of nervous energy. You know, you're going to be more on the impatient side, really, more than the patient side. Very scattered, very in the clouds, many ideas, loads of messages coming through. You find perseverance a little hard at times because your mind is always buzzing with the next new message, the next new innovative idea that source consciousness is feeding towards you. So to support your life path 4, you must develop towards perseverance and focus on your chosen messages and ideas. Goals must be set, broken down and dealt with step by step, bit by bit. And it always takes time to build something good and something strong. Keep taking each step. It's going to feel slow at times, but you must persevere. You must develop more patience. Okay, even if there's obstacles in the way, don't let that stop you. Okay, patience and perseverance. You will get through. Calm, patience and perseverance. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Keep taking each step meticulously. Be patient. Your stable foundations will be stronger because of it. So important for a life path 4 to understand that, especially when you have such a spiritual talent number like the expression Master 11-2. You're here to learn to come to terms with limitation and deal with limitations in the world that need to be there for many, many different reasons. Limitations drive me crazy too, but they're not there to stop you. They're there apparently to keep you safe and to help everyone else around us. And I can see why limitation is needed in this world. And of course, the life path 4 struggles with limitation and may even impose limitation on themselves. You know, oh, I can't do this, or, you know, it's never going to work. These limitations means it's not meant to be. I'm just going to go back and do nothing, blah, blah, blah. That's a focus that the life path 4 needs to try and get past. Giving up, you know, letting limitations stop you. You need to come to terms with limitation for your life path 4 and avoid putting limitations on yourself. Now, as I've said many times, you're highly creative, you're innovative, you know, you find restriction very frustrating and smothering. Any creative person does. But you're in the 11, you're not really a fighter, so you're unlikely to fight limitation, even though you find it frustrating and quite smothering. And you're more likely to use it, actually, as an excuse to give up. You also put restrictions on yourself from low confidence and crippling self-doubt at times. Okay, so, you know, limitation is not an excuse to give up life path 11. Be told. Support your life path 4 by taking external limitation in your stride and working around it and with it. You mustn't let low confidence hold you back. There will always be limitations to deal with and to work around. But keep going as your stability and your security is at stake. Remember, this is your life path and it's not meant to be easy. If it's difficult, well, work around it. You know, this is your life path. This is your focus for this lifetime. You're here to look at your wounded, problematic relationships. Life path 4s struggle to move on. You know, they need to work through, you know, like past feelings of lack or pain that they may have felt in the past. And it's often linked to their home life when they were young. And many link the Life Path 4 struggles with a father figure. But I feel, you know, this can depend on a family. So you're here to look at those wounded, problematic relationships and work through those feelings so that they're not holding you back. Because, you know, many people, especially Life Path 4s, can have difficulties in their past that there is an emotional weight that is holding them back from moving forward, that needs to be taken out, removed, and blah. So your Life Path 4 needs you to learn to move on, learn from the pain of difficult relationships and understand the embedded lessons that are in those painful relationships. But your 11 talent energy is extremely sensitive. You hate any form of conflict or negativity, so you may block, pack away pain, push others away, and not deal with problematic relationships, and would think if you can brush them under the carpet, they don't exist, kind of thing. But you need to face this. You need to support your Life Path 4 by giving more time to your close relationships, for one, and allowing yourself to unpack and rid yourself of previous pain, to understand there's embedded lessons in everything we go through, whether it's tasks or, you know, things to achieve on this earth. Relationships are just as much a lesson in our evolution as anything else we do in this lifetime. So it's about thinking, what are the embedded lessons that I need to achieve, and then get by them and not allow them to bring you down or use those problems as a weight to stop you from moving forward. As I said, remember, I'm going to say it again, relationships contain lessons that are meant to progress you, not hold you back. Never use previous pain as an excuse. And if you are doing that, you must spend some time, go in nature, you know, meditate. What were those lessons embedded in that previous pain that you can learn to help you move forward? I hope you find my video really useful today. If you aren't already subscribed, please do so. I'm always uploading new videos and I do requests. So if you'd like your life path and expression or life path and soul number done, just send me a message or put a comment in the description boxes or the comment boxes of my videos. I also teach numerology. I've got a course on numerology, a course on Udemy, and I do one-to-one teaching. And I also do readings for your purpose, your talents, what you're here to achieve, and we look at your motivations, we look at all your other numbers, and we can also look at the conditions that you're gonna meet over the next few months, year, or and understand some of the previous conditions that may have brought you to this point, to help you have a bit more further understanding. Or if you'd like to just request a video, you can put a question in my comment boxes on my videos. You can have a chat with me, ask me questions if you contact me on social media, or you can send me an email. I love to hear from you guys. But as ever, I always leave you with, trust the soul within you. Only you know what is best for you.